Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HOTFIX. So I can't contain myself any longer.
This is weird.
Look at him. Look at that guy. Look at him. What's he done to himself?
I ain't done nothing.
I mean, usually,
mate.
Usually, when somebody does that to themselves, they do it for charity. Why did you do it, Mr. Kirioth? Please tell us, because I cannot. Like the last time I've seen you. Hang on. Last time I've seen you, you had a hair. Hair. I can't even talk. You had hair, right?
I've still got hair. Just slightly less than it was before.
Are you a football hooligan?
I could be, but that requires liking football, doesn't it? Can I be something else? Can I be like a
now?
Is there an esports hooligan? Does that exist?
I can't stop it. Now you look massively intimidating, so we can just yeah. I mean, if somebody watches your rage videos even, and then looks at the face, what? I don't even know what's going on. Anyway, I think this is a hot. No, you've got a tail. Give us the tail before we start. Just give it.
The thing is, it is the least like thuggish thing you've ever heard. It was. I did some exercise. I hadn't had my hair cut for about a month, and I got back and decided that I was sick of having a hot head and having sweat dripping into my eyes. So I took a massive razor to it.
This is my GG button, and I'm pressing it. Do you know why I'm pressing it, ladies and gentlemen? Look what's happened to the webcam. This is what happens with Skype. Now, we've had a massive load of problems. You can hear Mr. Kirioth. Let me do it one more time. Oh. Look at it. Why is the quality gone? God. It collapses.
We've been battling this for like hours.
Yeah. We've tried like all kinds of shit. We've tried like mental programs. We even tried ICQ, and that was just terrible. So I don't know why we did. But look at him. Look, but watch this. Mr. Kirioth, turn off your camera. Okay, so Mr. Kirioth's restarted his camera, and as I'm sure you'll notice, it's working. Although, this has now caused me a load of problems where I need to mute Skype and give TeamSpeak volume again, and there we go. So please speak, Mr. Kirioth. There you go, he's back.
We've had quite an experience.
Why? Just turning his webcam
experience.
Off? Why? Just turning his... Fix it. Why? I don't know.
It's terrible.
So what was your tail? Give me your tail, and then we will, I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, get into the hotfix.
This is like getting closer to some sort of mental random vlog, Aiden. Also, Skype's also decided to stop sharing your screen so I can no longer see you. It's such a collapse. Oh my god. This is what it's like running a YouTube channel. You have these problems every day and you have to work them out. And then at the end, you kill yourself.
But you film it and put it on YouTube and get thousands of views. Like, I've gone red, like massively red. What's happened to me?
I wouldn't know. I've got an advert for Wacky TV, your online video service. I hear it's going to be great.
Maybe I can give you myself back again. One moment. Just Phil.
I realised that the length of my hair was perfect for channeling sweat directly into my eyeballs, and that stings.
What was you saying? You give yourself a skinhead because you just thought it'd be funny. Is that what happened?
I didn't like having long hair, so instead of getting it cut, I just took a razor to my head. Because what else are you supposed to do? The only sensible reaction. That's what Heisenberg did. Heisenberg can't be wrong.
So Mr. Kirioth's recently been watching Mr. Heisenberg in Breaking Bad, and I think he's slowly turning into him. I mean, look at his face. All he needs is some like 1980s glasses. And put your glasses on.
I've got some Korean StarCraft 2 players' glasses, but it's not the same. And also, I'm making myself sound like a right fucking tramp. I haven't cleaned these for a week, and I'm not wearing them because I can't see out of them. So there you go. There you go.
Look, Heisenberg.
I'm now going to go and win the GSL.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen,
going to take them off because I can't see.
This is a hotfix. This is consider this a pilot episode for the webcam hotfix. Now, as you can see, it's been a catastrophe so far. It's pretty funny because we can see each other's face. If whatever, for some reason, Kirioth's face is massive as well.
I can't see your face anymore, but I've got your crazy picture, so I'm just going to look at that whenever I want to scare. So
I'm going to make your face smaller because it's intimidating me. There you go.
So we'll consider this to be you know before every show
like
gets
a drug dealer.
you want some meth? Before it.
Introduce the bloody hotfix, because I'm just gonna. Oh my god, this is so bad.
This is either going to be one of the best or worst things we've ever produced. I'm kind of on the fence as to what it is at the moment. Well, we thought right, because this is actually a hotfix, so we can have a topic and everything.
But remember,
despite what you might have thought so far, it's a pilot. It's the show that gets shown to the network before they accept it.
I've just realised what's wrong with it. Look at the thing. You can't see it, but it says topic Steam sales psychology. It's not. That was because when I was making the template, like I've been that stressed, I forgot to change the topic to what it should be. And where's the topic fucking file? Where's it gone?
You know what? You never sent it to me either. So this is like God. This is the
right. It was.
What do you reckon?
Shut up.
The worst hotfix introduction ever.
Yeah, but it's like 7 minutes long. It's like, what the fuck? Listen, the hotfix was why it's not always bad to pre-order games. That's what the hotfix was about. And also, when is the best time to buy games? Now, because we've been seeing a lot of stuff going around recently of people hating on places like Kickstarter, which Kickstarter, we're not going to go into that all that much, although you could consider that kind of is pre-ordering to some extent. But what I just want to talk about is standard pre-orders. So you go to a website. Let me try something fancy. So let's say you go to a website. This is Green Man Gaming, and you want to pre-order a game. Okay, so let's do it. Let me have a look. So let's say we want. What do we want?
Something new. In space.
Here we go.
In space.
Euro, right? XCOM declassified. 10% off, right? So this is £26.99, okay? So if you want this game really bad, why would it be a bad idea to pre-order the game at this discounted cost? Now, other games will be discounted in the sense of they may give you additional items and stuff and things like that. I'll tell you what, let's bring our faces back. They may give you other stuff, so I can't, there's a load of examples, but let's just use the Bureau. So it's 10% off, which is fine. Let's say I want the game. Okay, so why is it bad for me to pre-order that game? I'm going to make a saving, right? I'm going to get the game as it launches, and it's 10% cheaper than it would be if I bought the game immediately at launch. So why is that a bad idea to pre-order that game?
I think one of the things that people keep saying is stuff like, if you pre-order and the game turns out to be terrible, then you're rewarding developers and publishers for bad games. So you buy it, turns out it's shit, but it doesn't matter because they've already got your money because you pre-ordered it. That's kind of okay as a standpoint, because I can kind of see where they're coming from. If you keep just buying stuff without researching it and it turns out to be terrible, you've given the publisher and the developer money for like a lack of effort piece of crap game that you then don't want. But the downside with that point of view, and that seems to be one of the most prevalent ones, by the way, is that, I don't know whether people have noticed, but people buy terrible games anyway.
Yeah, but
it doesn't make that much difference whether it's a pre-order or...
If you buy the game or pre-order the game, you are still giving them money.
Yeah.
Where's the difference? Okay, I understand. Like, I'm no economist, Mr. Kirioth, but if you pre-order an item and your money's taken out of your bank account straight away, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just like put on hold. It's almost like you've got an advanced order, and then as soon as the game comes out, you get charged. But let's just say, for the example of this, I'm going to buy the Bureau now, and it's going to cost me $26.99, and that money's going to come right out of my account, and it's going to sit in their accounts, and it's going to earn them interest. Yeah, it's not just going to sit in the game dev's account. It's going to sit in, let's say, Green Man Gaming's account, a bit there, a bit there, a bit, because the way the money's distributed. But they are going to earn interest on that money that I would not earn. So me as a consumer, it would be better for me to wait until the very last day I could pre-order and then pre-order if I'm going to get charged immediately, because I will make the interest, not them, right?
Yeah.
But we're only talking about small amounts of money there, unless for some reason you bought 100,000 copies. Why you do that, I don't know. But you're not talking about massive amounts. But what really pisses me off, really, is you see a lot of people really slamming all these pre-orders things like, oh, they're terrible. Never pre-order. Just buy games in the Steam sale. Now, this is where we sort of go on to the other aspect of this hotfix, where I didn't think there was enough on pre-orders or like the arguments we had to make a fully fledged, fully rounded HOTFIX. But I think if we then go into when the best time is to buy games, it kind of links together quite well. Like I just said, it links together quite well, Mr. Kirioth. So we've got a situation where you can pre-order a game at a discounted price. Okay? You don't do that because you don't like pre-orders, so you don't do that. The game goes live. Now the game is £30 now. It's $29.99. It's no longer $26.99. If you buy now, that is possibly the worst time to buy, okay? Because the type of people who buy in that window of time. Yeah, I did a little window. I know you can't see me anymore, but I did a little window. They are the people who are the impulse buyers. These are the people who have been sold down the river by some sort of advertising campaign or something like that. And they're like, oh, I need it, and they buy it. They pay the most, right? The people, like, really, if they're that bad and they really want the game, they should be pre-ordering a game because they will save a bit of money. But they're like so crazy, they don't, for whatever reason. Turn up on launch day, buy it, and then have to pay more money, which is not very clever. So then you say, when is the best time to buy a game? Well, okay, there's loads of different factors in this, Mr. Kirioth, and you'll find this quite interesting. I think it's all very personal. Everybody's case is totally different. So let's say Fallout 4 comes out. I want to play this game, but I'm currently playing Skyrim, okay? I know I'm going to be playing Skyrim for the next month because I'm a fucking addict. Well, let's just say for the next year because I'm a total addict, right?
Accurate.
What do? Do I buy Fallout 4? Do I pre-order it? Do I buy it as soon as it comes out on launch, which is like a really big no-no. People shouldn't really be doing that. Do I wait for a Steam sale? But I really want the game. But I know I won't be able to play the game until a set amount of time has passed, at which point there could be a really good sale of the game on. So in that example, it would be better for me to wait until there was a Steam sale or some sort of sale on, okay? So, I mean, I'm sure Mr. Kirioth could give an example of that type of thing. You know,
I think that's one of the main problems when people say things and give blanket statements out like, don't ever pre-order and always wait until the sale. It depends entirely on the person you're speaking to. I mean, someone who, for instance, has played Battlefield 3 since the game came out is probably going to be looking forward to Battlefield 4. You're not going to tell them to wait until it maybe comes on sale halfway through the next year because they're going to want that as soon as it comes out. I mean, look at Call of Duty. I mean, I know it's a terrible franchise, but are you telling me that their fans wait until halfway through the next game to buy it because it might be cheaper then? No, they want that game then, so they buy it then.
Hang on.
It depends entirely on the person.
I'm not sure about the actual pre-order costs of that game, but I know, let's use my fancy Steam thing, hang on. Steam, what am I talking about where I can switch the screens? I think Battlefield 4 is horrendously expensive.
4, yeah.
I think.
Because aren't they selling all the DLC with it along with the pre-order? Or have I just made that up?
Well, let's use this as an example. Okay, so yeah, it's telling me pre-order, and I get the China. For some reason, it took ages for the stuff to load it. Pre-order, and you get the China Rising expansion pack. And I did this with Battlefield 3. Okay, well, I think they give you back to Karkand or something like that. So it's $44.99, which is very expensive. Okay, so I could like buy this now, like right now, and I'm going to get the China Rising expansion. Okay. If I don't pre-order and I just buy the normal edition, I won't get the China Rising expansion pack, but I'll probably still have to pay $44.99. And then, knowing the way they operate, they will then release maybe a map pack or maybe the Battlefield 4 Premium will come out, which will contain this China Rising expansion pack, but at a premium. So if you buy it now, it may only cost you, let's say, £7. But if you buy it after the game's launched, it may cost you £15. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So if you are a Battlefield addict, then surely it would be a fairly decent idea to go for that. Now, one thing we're not factoring into this is the price of all the different outlets. I mean, obviously, you can get Battlefield 4 a lot cheaper from other places. In fact, I think if we just go back to Green Man Gaming and we go for an actual PC DVD, so like a hard copy.
Yeah.
I mean it's $29.99, so it's a lot cheaper there. So but that's not what we're getting at. What we're getting at is the fact of the pre-order and why it's not always a bad idea to pre-order. Which
I mean,
It wouldn't be.
I'd say that's a really good example of it. It's too much of a personal preference thing for people to make blanket statements, which is unfortunately what a lot of people are doing. It depends entirely on the context of the person and the game. Your Battlefield 3 addict is not going to wait until Battlefield 4 goes on sale to buy it. They're going to pre-order it, and it's sensible for them to pre-order it because they're going to get the content that they would buy for that game anyway, cheaper, earlier. So, where's the downside?
And what happened with Battlefield 3? I mean, Battlefield 3, like right now, I've seen a premium pack on sale for 10 quid. I paid something like 30 quid for premium. I bought the game. I pre-ordered Battlefield 3 because I was a Battlefield addict. So, again, you could say I was the type of person who should be pre-ordering that game because I knew I'd get, it's a pre-order limited edition or some shit. So I knew I'd get the extra stuff. I got that, and then I got premium when that came out because I wanted the extra stuff because obviously wanted to play the game. But if you, Mr. Kirioth, want to go out now and buy it, you could get it way, way cheaper. I know Battlefield 4 is just around the corner, but you could... Now, I use this term very lightly, but you could get the same experience as me in terms of the type of games you could play in at like a fraction of the cost. Now, you're not going to get the same experience as me because I was there when it launched, you know what I mean? And like to me, again, the personal thing, that's a lot better for me. But for you, who don't give a shit about it, you have suddenly got everything for like, 20 quid, where I've paid 60 quid, you know what I mean?
But that's the thing. I mean, if you pay that premium price to be able to play the game, I say earlier, in a way it is earlier. As someone who's not that fussed about Battlefield 3, and at least by the time premium was sort of going on, I just wasn't bothered. That to me was like, there's no point me spending that. I mean, I might pick it up now because it's a lot cheaper, but I'm not the person that it's aimed at. It's not aimed at the people who are like, oh, I might do. It's aimed at the people who are going to say, that looks amazing, I want to play that right now. And so they put down the money, which is fine. It's too much of a personal thing. There's no single solution for absolutely everyone when it comes to pre-ordering and buying on sale. I mean, when you look at stuff like the Steam Summer sales, in fact, any of the Steam sales, you could argue, but if you'd waited instead of pre-ordering, you could have got the game for a £5 instead of 25 quid. Yeah, but if I did that, I wouldn't have been able to play the game for the last 6 months before it went on sale.
And also, you can apply this to other stuff as well. So let's look at technology and say, if you sit there and go, I want a new graphics card, but I've just looked at the news and another model's coming out in 2 months' time, so I'm not going to buy this current model because I want that model. You never get anything. You're just like in a limbo. Yeah. Now, you could be in the same sort of situation with the games. Now, I think, to sum this up, and obviously we want your opinion on this as well, guys. We want your opinion on the way HOTFIX looks as well. I mean, this isn't set in stone. This is very much a crazy test. There's no doubt you know. But, when do you think the best time is to buy a game? Now, from our point of view, and I think I'm pretty safe in speaking for the both of us, is never buy a game at launch. This means the game has just launched. It will be maximum price. That will be the most expensive the game will be. If you really want the game, you probably should pre-order it if it's got good enough bonuses and if you can actually play the game as it launches. Because if you can't, let's just say you're in the military. So you want a certain game. You want StarCraft Heart of the Swarm. So you pre-order it. You pay premium for it. You pre-order it, so you may get a bit of a saving. And then you go off to Afghanistan for 7 months or something and come back. That would be not a very clever move. That's just one wild example. But then, this is where it gets even crazier. You could say, yeah, but I really love the franchise, so I want to pre-order it. That's another aspect. But again, that comes into the personal thing. So just to quickly recap, never buy a game at launch. It's okay to pre-order if the pre-order bonuses are good enough and you want the game, or you could be one of these people who is going to capitulate as soon as it launches and spend big. Really, you could save yourself money. Or if you can wait, then by all means wait. I probably can say this pretty safely. A lot of people have got a lot of games these days, so you don't necessarily need that new game immediately, because are you really going to play it? Unless just like me or Kiri, we do this for a living. We play a load of games, but most people, they've got jobs elsewhere. They may have a family, loads of stuff. So is it really worth it? I think a lot of it comes down to everybody's individual case. And of course, things like advertising really make people capitulate bad. And just
something else as well. Something else as well is that people also like to cite examples of bad pre-orders, like Aliens, Colonial Marines. People pre-ordered that and it was awful. I mean, that's just how it is. But just because one thing didn't work doesn't mean the whole system is bad. You know, it's like that was not a very good game. However, I pre-ordered Dragon Age Origins when I heard about that way back.
Like, this is what I don't understand. If you want Aliens Colonial Marines, you don't know it's shit. You're a fan of Aliens, so you're going to buy the game. You would pre-order the game because you get pre-order discounts, places like Green Man Gaming or whatever. They're going to give you a discount, and then you get the game and it's shit. Okay. Oh, I should have pre-ordered. Well, what should you have done? Bought it at maximum price at launch because you were going to buy it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What?
It's that weird thing of people like to say, oh well, you see, if you pre-order, you might get a terrible game. Yeah, but also if you really wanted the game, it was not a bad choice at the time, was it? You can't just sit there and say, I'm never going to pre-order anything ever, or I'm never going to buy something until I know everything about it, because then you'll never buy anything. Because the nature of this industry and the nature of games is that some people love certain games, some people hate them. Critically acclaimed games will get bad reviews, and vice versa. So unless you're planning on sitting there and doing the research yourself, which would involve playing the game, you just got to do it. You've got if you want the game, buy it. Don't sit there and say, I'm not going to pre-order this because I once pre-ordered something else and it was bad. Because you might find that actually it turns out to be really good, and you've spent more than you should have done buying it.
It's a grouping of everything. Like, oh, I've had a bad pre-order experience, so everything's bad. That's not always the case. You've got to really like shop around. Don't just think because somebody's told you pre-ordering's bad that it is fucking bad. And if anybody does it, they're an idiot, because they might be quite clever actually and be saving themselves quite a bit of cash. Just as a person who's quite clever who waits for a sale, or the person who waits for a review to come in of a game off somebody he trusts, like Unit Lost, and he's like, yeah, well, I was going to buy Aliens Colonial Marines, and I've seen the Gorman's gun incident, and I won't be buying it anymore. We save them money, because that's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. So please leave your comments below. Comments on the way HOTFIX looks, comments on any crazy improvements, and comments on the subject of the show. Mr. Kirioth, I'm like a presenter. And I'm going to go and sit on my leather, which hilariously by some people has been called a porno couch. Maybe it is.
Oh, God.
It's like a studio in here. We've got the lamps. What goes on in here? I mean,
what about the green screen? What are you?
Well, we can't actually get.
I don't even want
it, so we have to get like digital. I don't know what we do.
Oh God.
So yeah,
we made it through though. So we made it through the pilot HOTFIX. That's been plagued with technical issues from before it was even started.
Right, so when this goes live for you guys, right, it will not be the time that it is. The time now is 10 to 3 in the afternoon in the UK. We started this at like 11 o'clock or something stupid. I don't even know when. And I've fucking lost my mind, right? Because it's only like a 20-minute recording, but I've absolutely lost my fucking mind because I just want to smash. That's the truth of it. Anyway, I'm going to sit down, so goodbye. Yes. Make sure you subscribe and do all that. And we'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.